Over this past year, we have seen the peak of emergencies. With the COVID-19 pandemic, many Americans have contracted the virus. Over 600,000 have died, and it has completely changed our lifestyles. Hi, I'm Shaker.
And I am Sukesh. And this is Medicine Made Simple. While 2020 was a grim year for us, we are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. With increasing number of vaccinations, America is reopening and returning to a normal lifestyle. However, there are still large amounts of vaccine hesitancy, and we hope this video can get rid of all your hesitancy and encourage you to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
So in order to understand why we need to take the vaccine, it's important to see how it works. The COVID-19 vaccine is what is known as an mRNA vaccine. mRNA is a type of material in your body that is used as the code for building proteins. The COVID-19 vaccine gives individuals the base sequence for building a certain protein. That protein then teaches your body how to create T lymphocytes, antibodies that fight the virus. It takes about 2 weeks for your body to begin fully producing the necessary antibodies, though, after the second dose. Of course, as with anything that happens in America, there's always going to be a large number of myths associated with it. One of the most common myths about the COVID-19 vaccine was that the vaccine was rushed, so it must be dangerous because the technology is too new. Other people often say that if masks don't prevent you from getting COVID-19, why should we even get the vaccine? Or the vaccine will give you the coronavirus, and so we shouldn't let the government put unknown toxic chemicals into us. And the final myths that we hear is that the vaccine is either microchipped or will make you magnetized. However, these couldn't be further from the truth. First, according to Harvard Medical School, the COVID-19 vaccine was not actually rushed, but rather we've had the technology to make mRNA vaccines for over 30 years. The developers did not skip any testing steps, but they did conduct some steps on an overlapping schedule to make it quicker. Next, according to Johns Hopkins Medicine, masks are not inherently made to protect you from getting the virus, but instead to make sure you don't transmit the virus. Getting vaccinated helps keep you and your family safe. Next, according to the American Academy of Family Physicians, the COVID-19 vaccine works differently than other vaccines. While others may inject the virus in you to build immunity, the COVID-19 vaccine works differently. It gives your body a blueprint to build a protein to fight the virus, all without giving you the actual virus. So, when COVID enters your system, your body can recognize and fight it effectively. Fourthly, vaccines are not microchipped. A quote from the AAFP states that this false rumor started after comments about digital vaccine records. State electronic immunization records helped patients and physicians track vaccines they have received. There are no electronic components in the vaccines. The mRNA, lipids, salts, and other stabilizing agents are routinely used in other medicines. Finally, according to the CDC, COVID-19 vaccines do not make you magnetic. They don't contain any ingredients that emit an electromagnetic field. They also don't have things like iron, nickel, or electrodes. Plus, the usual dose for a COVID-19 vaccine is less than 1 milliliter, which is not nearly enough for a magnet to be attracted to. And to prove our point, both of us are completely vaccinated. Sukesh here is holding a magnet and will bring it near his face. As you can see, the magnet falls. So the vaccine clearly will not magnetize you.
Now that we've debunked all these myths and got that out of the way, we're going to talk about what shouldn't stop you from getting this COVID-19 vaccine. First of all, there should be no personal reasons that you should be hesitant to take the vaccine unless you have a medical issue. In fact, only a very few number of people have had severe anaphylactic reactions to the vaccine, and these people have had a documented history of allergic reactions to drugs and other medical products, foods, insect stings, and of course, other vaccines. So it is kind of our duty to protect these less fortunate people from the coronavirus by taking the vaccine. Additionally, as of June 21st, 2021, over 150 million people in the USA and 2.7 billion people in the world are fully inoculated, which proves that this vaccine is safe, trustworthy, and effective. Next, there shouldn't be any political reasons inhibiting you from taking this COVID-19 vaccine. Both of the major parties in the US, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, support this coronavirus vaccine. On an interview held by Maria Bartiromo with former President Donald Trump on Fox News on March 16th of 2021, Donald Trump said, "It is a safe vaccine and it is something that works." Also, Democrats have consistently encouraged people to get vaccinated too. This is evident and very explicit because President Joe Biden has set a heavy and lofty goal to get at least 70% of the Americans one dose by July 4th. So we should definitely take this vaccine to help the president and his administration achieve this goal. Finally, religious reasons shouldn't stop us from getting vaccinated. Many of us worry that the vaccine contains aborted fetus cells, especially if our religion is against abortion. However, Dr. James Lawler of the University of Nebraska Medical Center says, no, the COVID-19 vaccines do not contain any aborted fetal cells. So this resolves all of our religious concerns about this vaccine. Now we can continue on to why we should take this vaccine. With low vaccination rates comes a higher risk of coronavirus outbreaks and infections. On a CBS interview held on June 13, 2021, former Commissioner of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA, Dr. Scott Gottlieb, said that new variants of COVID-19 will arise, especially the Delta variant. Now, this Delta variant is not only very contagious, but it mainly affects children, teens, and those aged 20 to 30, according to the Times of India, as India has been hit very hard by this Delta variant. And with the low vaccination rates, the Delta variant will also hit America very hard too, and the rest of the world. So we definitely need to take this vaccine without any hesitancy so that we can protect our young ones from this Delta variant of COVID-19. Next, if we take this COVID-19 vaccine, we can return to a normal life. We can see our families, friends, and other vaccinated people without taking the precautions and not having to wear a mask at all. Here in the United States, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has said that fully vaccinated people are not required to wear a mask indoors or outdoors. So by taking this vaccine, it kind of gives us a freedom from all these precautions that we don't like to do. Next, there are plenty of vaccine incentives. So besides everything I just said on the previous slide, the government and many other private corporations are offering vaccine incentives if we take this vaccine. Krispy Kreme is offering a free glazed donut if you show a proof of vaccination. The Kroger Industries is giving people a chance to win $1 million plus free groceries for a year with proof of vaccination. The Major League Baseball is offering free tickets through the month of June for all vaccinated people. And finally, the National Football League, or the NFL, is giving a 25% discount on merchandise plus a chance to win Super Bowl 56 tickets for all of us who have been vaccinated. So make sure you go to vaccines.gov/incentives to take a look at not only these incentives, but the list of hundreds of vaccine incentives out there, and to make sure that you take your vaccine.
Now, we've told you all these great things about the COVID vaccine, but now you might be wanting to take some action. Well, you can do that really well through your local pharmacy, who will most likely be giving COVID-19 vaccinations. However, if you live in a place that is known as a pharmacy desert, where there aren't a lot of pharmacies around, fear not, because your local retailers are here to help. Places like Dillon's, Walgreens, Walmart, and CVS Pharmacy are here giving COVID-19 vaccines to all people who want them. Finally, if you still don't know where you can go to get a vaccine, go to www.vaccines.gov/search to find vaccines near you.
So, to recap our presentation today, we talked about how the vaccine works, myths about the vaccine and why these myths are simply not true, what shouldn't stop us from taking the vaccine, why we need to take the vaccine, and the incentives for taking the vaccine, and finally, where we can get the vaccine.
As always, here are all of the sources for the information we cited in this video. Feel free to check any of these links to learn more about the COVID-19 vaccination. We'll link these in the description down below. And on the next slide here, we'll have all of our image sources.
So thank you for joining us on our video about why you should get your COVID-19 vaccination.
We hope that you found this video educational and are able to share it with your friends and family to encourage them to go get vaccinated.
This vaccine is our shot to return to a normal life. Through inoculation, we can achieve it.
Once again, I'm Shaker.
And I am Sukish. And this is Medicine Made Simple.
Make sure to like and comment down below your favorite part of the video and any questions, and subscribe. And feel free to tell us what topic we should cover next.
We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe, and we will have a 1,000 subscriber special episode. Signing off for now, live happy
and
healthy.